had Sony execs, with 7-figure salaries come out and talking about 1080p makes you a better goddamn gamer. Phil's a great guy. Phil should be out there talking about 4K will make you a better goddamn Christian.
I have heard that they are going with 4K makes you a better Christian. So
thank you, Christ, for allowing all this awesome stuff to happen.
Wow.
That might be the best one.
That caught me by surprise.
Yeah, that threw me off. Yeah.
It's what I do.
What's
I
up?
got to bring a
How's
little bit of humor.
doing? You guys all have a good Thanksgiving and everything?
Happy Turkey Day.
Yeah, man, it was great.
I got so full, man. I went to go play a game and I fell asleep, man. That turkey got me.
It was a crazy day. Yeah, just like the football and all that stuff going on, and shopping. How people were out there shopping on Thanksgiving. I waited till Black Friday to really go out, but
shop.
Yeah, man, it was.
I didn't know
Oh yeah, dude, 4K. Man, on sale, man, $10. You kidding me?
What's sorry?
Can't pass that
4K Blu-ray movie. Oh, okay. Oh, so you just buying stuff.
Man, I got like 10, 15 of them things, dude. It's crazy good deals, man. Those things are normally like $25-$30 a piece, but when you can get them for 10 a piece, I mean, just get them things, and plus I can give them as gifts and stuff because everybody I know has Xbox One X or an S. So
you're right, crap. I do have one. Thank you.
Whoa. What's up? Hey, and don't all talk at one time. Come on.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
We're letting you run with it, man. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I had a great Thanksgiving, and yeah, man, I didn't get to stay up like I normally wanted to. Just because, like what Bot said, man, got that itis and just passed out.
Damn. Dude.
Yeah, but and then. What I'm saying? I'm over here thinking that we're gonna have a slow week. No, man, I got to be at work at 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, so it's like,
I do gotta say, within having Turkey Day and all that good stuff, my mom and my sister came over, and my sister hooked me up with the Destiny 2 expansion. So I will be ready December 5th to go in on Curse of Osiris. I cannot wait. This is gonna be
it's the same day the 4K
man.
Update drops.
Yeah, well, that's why they're doing it. Same day. It's season 2 for Destiny 2 as well. So they're doing a bunch of changes to how you earn things and stuff like that. They're trying to cater to kind of like the hardcore Destiny people. I kind of feel for Bungie, man, because like there was a lot of hate for the first Destiny. And I was right there, front and center on that with them kind of leaving people behind. They're not really doing that with Destiny 2.
Well, except all your progress from the first game.
Well, yeah. Well, you can kind of nitpick on that if you want to, but anyway, like you got your experience with the first one, but they're not leaving people behind because they're doing the season 2. There's going to be content for people who don't get the expansion as well, so that's really cool that they're doing that. They fixed an issue with that, but I don't know. I'm excited with Destiny 2. There are a lot of people were talking about the tokens and the randomness of the drops and stuff like that, and they're taking steps to kind of balance that whole thing out, right?
So what? They not to cut you off. They just announced a free trial now for Destiny 2. I saw a video on Xbox's YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, there's still tons of people playing. I know they were talking about people dropping off left and right or whatever. Dude, I have no problem getting into matches or anything like that. There's still tons of people playing. There's tons of shit to do. The people that don't have anything to do are the people that were playing this game like 25 hours a day, like 10 days a week. You know what I'm saying? And
I got a question. Bot, did you play the first one? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I remember they released the demo. Remember the demo that came out? Was it 2014? Was it?
The beta when they came out.
Yeah. It was like I think it was the summertime, right after E3, whatever the case may be for the Destiny 1, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Then I tried it again. When they released the public beta again, and since I've been playing shooters again, it just moved very slow to me. I don't move very, very slow.
That's what we said when me and Z. I remember you and I played the beta.
We damn sure, we damn sure did. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, man, it just felt like it moved really slow.
Well, dude, like I mean, you guys got to remember, I'm a Halo fan. You know what I'm saying? I've been with Halo all the way through the first 3. You know,
but to me, it doesn't feel like Halo. It feels like it moves a lot slower.
Yeah, it doesn't play like
Dude,
it doesn't
Halo
play
3,
like
Halo
in
3
sense
is
of
one of the
speed.
slowest moving FPSs I ever played, man. I am
Yeah,
sorry.
it's almost impossible to play just the original Halo 3.
Mhm.
Like it looks great, but like
it's
yeah,
a snail's crawl, man.
It
Come
is.
on. Like,
it is.
so,
So,
and
how I felt
Bungie
with
made
Destiny
that,
2.
so
Yeah, that's how I felt with Destiny 2. It just felt very slow.
well,
I don't know.
I don't know. Destiny 2, like what I like about it is like when you go in with your friends, like the PvEs, like the strikes, the nightfalls, stuff like that. There's stories behind them and everything like that. You're not just doing things to do them. There's like this whole lore, and they actually put it in the game. So they actually talk about stuff as you're doing the strikes. They talk about what's going on, why you're doing this, and everything like that. And they didn't do that in Destiny 1. You had to go to the website and read about stuff, and now they have it in the game, which is it's a huge plus, man. You want to be immersed in that world, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to have to go second screen experience to your PC and read about, oh, this is why I'm going after this guy and shit like that. No,
yeah, the grimoire cards, those are always lame as hell.
yeah,
In
they
fact,
don't have,
I didn't even
it's
know
in the
that
game.
that your character spoke in the game till like almost the end in the first one. I was just like, that's lame. Like nobody even cared about the story. We're just playing through it. You know what I mean? Like it was
story?
terrible. Yeah, exactly. It was terrible. So I mean, look, here's the thing. Like for me, it's not my type of game. But I can understand why there's certain people that do like it. You know what I mean? And that's fine. Like there's no issue with that.
Dude, I laugh every time I talk about Destiny 2 because I know Mooch is out there somewhere and he's laughing his ass off. He's got a drink in his hand. He's like, "I got you, bot. I got you."
You know, but I don't see him on Destiny anymore. You know,
yeah, he's waiting for that 4K. That's what he's waiting.
Yeah, I mean that is probably true. That is probably true. But I don't really see anybody on my friends list. I mean, that using Mooch's own argument against him. You know, but yeah, I don't see.
You're not looking at the Xbot name. I'm always on there, man.
Yeah, I got you added on there. I was gonna say, yeah, I got you added on there.
But no, I'm having a lot of fun, man. They're dropping new content. I have the pass, so I have the 2 expansions ready to go when they drop the second one as well. And
I plan on hopping on when they drop the 4K update because I heard 4K makes everything better. So I'm really hoping for that to be the case.
4K makes you a better lover, man.
It makes you a better gamer too, man. I even have, dude. I must have sold 25 shirts like that, bro. 4K makes you a better gamer. People taking those shirts and pictures at like E3 and shit is funny as hell. But yeah, man. Hopefully it looks better. And you know, I mean, I thought it already looks like a good game. It's just I don't know, like the 13 achievements and just kind of
HDR.
No, it's gonna eventually get patched with HDR, but not.
Does the Pro have HDR?
No, they're both getting patched at the same time. They couldn't even announce what was coming to the Xbox version until like recently. It was so ridiculous.
You see,
you know.
Yo, talking about that, we were talking about this offline. Chris, I was talking about my PS4. I have the vanilla PS4 and stuff like that. Right. Talking about the Pro, and I let Chris know. Like, I might get the Pro down the line when I get a 4K television, but I have no need for the Pro right now. And we were talking about the Slim. I know we're going to probably get into Black Friday sales and stuff like that when it comes to the Slim. I will not buy a PS4 Slim just for the fact that it doesn't have that optical port. Like, how do you take an option away that's like so integral to gamers and stuff like that? Headsets, you know, sound bars.
Sound.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how do you take that out of hardware when everybody, like just about everybody and their mother has at least something that, you know, plugs into that? And that's
gotta
the reason.
Save that 11 cents per component.
that was kind of sleazy. You can just pull out the optical port.
Yeah, I know, right? And then when it comes to the Pro, let's just face it. You call a spade, man. I'm gonna say it just like next gen. There, like it's just an up-res box, and if I don't have a 4K television, I'm not gonna see any kind of difference there. With the X, I got that super sampling, man. I'm playing Forza Motorsport 7.
Super sampling.
Yo, dude, it's absolutely gorgeous, man. You can put it side by side with like an Xbox One S. You know, put 2 TVs side by side, play the same game. That is, you know, X enhanced, and you can see the difference, no doubt. And that's why I have the X before the Pro, and the Pro came out a year before, man. So that's why I have
the Pro, but I haven't touched that goddamn thing since.
Dude, you buy everything, man.
The X. I haven't used it since the X came out. There's no reason to. Just no games.
Listen, check it out, right? I was talking to I forgot, you know, I'll be high. We were playing. I was talking to somebody, right? But anyway. And I didn't trade in my S. I got the one that came out right at the E3 last year with the 2 terabyte, the $400 model, right?
Mhm.
And I said, you know what, I'm just gonna put it in the front room or whatever. But I can't go back to playing.
Nope.
Yes. Or
Can't go back.
and now listen,
Hell,
and I know when I say this, people, oh, you're just an X-bot, you're damage controlling. I tell you guys at the time, I am a very, very shallow man. I take beauty before brains. I like American fast cars, apple pies, bitches with fat asses. That's just me, right? Now, with that being said, that's my confession. I'm Usher here, right? And I know, like I see, you see the videos of people playing, you see the streams. It really doesn't do it any justice. You know what I mean? I know Bot said it looks amazing on this 1080p, but especially if you have 4K television with HDR, the bells and whistles, like literally, it's like a new generation. And like I'm stuck. Like I have so much to play, right? And I say, and Xbox doesn't have no games, right? I'm still playing Assassin's Creed. That game is so goddamn big. It's too goddamn big. You know what I mean? Then I get on Gears. I do the Gears. We get to playing that. I'll be on that for 3-4 hours. Then I hop on Star Wars Battlefront. I have yet to try Shadow of War. I have yet to put an Evil Within 2. You know what I mean? Killer Instinct, then Injustice. And then I wanted to try a few of the 360 games like Virtua Fighter 5, which look amazing like this. Though it really feels like a next generation console.
It is. And the way that I've really taken in the X is I use Injustice as a lot of example for people, the way that I can tell. But like I got Arc when it was like the first week it came out, right? And I hated playing it. And I would play it every now and then after certain upgrades. And it's just, it kind of always ran like shit. I've been playing it on the X now for the last couple of days. I love that game, and I totally understand why Tim was losing sleep because of it. It runs so good on the Xbox One X. It like just understanding how big that game is and what you can do. It's just so much fun, and the X made the experience so much better. And going on what Bot said, you don't need a 4K television to get these benefits.
Yeah.
Wake up, people! The X
Chris,
is the shit.
I got to ask you something when it comes to Arc, man. I don't know how much you go in and play it, but my son, my 14-year-old, he is an Arc fanatic, and he asked me, he heard through the pipeline that with the Xbox One X, with the multiplayer, you have that tether. If you go in on somebody's like island, you can only go so far before they have that red grid wall. I heard on the X, you don't have that red grid wall. There's not that tether. You can actually go as far as you want to go. Do you know if that's true or not, man?
I don't know because
You're gonna make me test that shit, dude.
I just the crazy Juan 77 on Twitter. I was seeing him talk about it. I was like, oh shit, I'll give it a whirl, right? The way that he was playing it and the way that I'm playing it is just playing a single player game because I've never played Arc. I really couldn't get into it because it just ran like garbage originally, right? So I'm playing a single player game and just kind of learning how how the systems work, and I'm really enjoying just kind of playing alone, just kind of feeling like fucking what's that guy's name? Castaway with Tom Hanks. Feel like that guy, but I'm never getting
Wilson.
off the island.
Like I said, the soccer ball, Wilson.
Yeah, but man, it's just such a fun experience, to actually get in and playing it and not having to worry about performance issues. It just runs so much better.
Everything.
Oh, yeah,
Even if it didn't get an
like
update, like go
before.
hop on Battlefield 1, and that didn't even get an update, but it's still just miles and miles better. So like everything just plays much better on there. Like it's amazing. They've done an absolute amazing job with that. I can't say enough good things.
Well,
It's like yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying I remember we were going back and forth when they initially announced the X. And he was saying that I still like Microsoft for their marketing to do a better job. And I really didn't have much faith in Digital Foundry. You know what I mean? The things that they do. Sometimes they still kind of downplay it, right? And then we had the other thing. Well, being that Sony is the market leader, developers are not going to go out of their way to take advantage of the X's power. And maybe they're right, but I'm being honest with you, and I said this before, and I think this went over people's head, right? All fanboys up on the side, right? There's no spin here, right? This is the lowest words. You guys know I bought a Pro, and I was ready. How you say Pro for the Pro?
Yeah, you definitely were, man.
Yeah, and and again, let's be clear. Just talking about 4.2 teraflops in the console. There's a lot of mustard on the hot dog. Now, what they're doing with that to get, they're not using that console to its full advantage, but it is what it is, though, right? But when I got the Pro, and I say this again, right? And Sony guys are going to argue me down. And listen, let you know there's no bias. I would choose God of War over Halo any day of the goddamn week. You guys know this, right? But when I got the Pro, right, I didn't get the same feeling that I'm getting with the X. And to be fair, I didn't get the same feeling when I got the Xbox One S. You know what I mean? The feeling that I have right now with the X is when I first got my hands on the Xbox One. When I first got my hands on the PlayStation 4, when I first got my hands on the Xbox 360, it feels new like that. You know what I mean? There was no going. And listen, I mean, it is what it is, but you can't have this and be playing on this. Like, listen, multiplayer games like Gears, another one. The multiplayer aspect of the game looks just as good as it looks better than the campaign did on the Xbox One S. My right-handed guard. You know what I mean? It's just that. Whoa, Star Wars Battlefront. Did you see the the multiplayer is always a little washed out, and it looks like a campaign. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like a 4K game.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, it's amazing.
Here's the reason why they went with 4K was because that's the one that people can tell the most difference from, right? The difference was never 720p to 1080p or 900p
It's
to
the
1080p.
texture still crap.
It's that too, but it's also like but it's just like even when you look at Digital Foundry, right? Because they did the Hitman thing, which by the way, ultimate victory for the Xbox One X over the PS4 Pro there. In fact, the PS4 Pro outputs the highest output it does on the Hitman is 1440p at 30 FPS. The Xbox One X, that's the lowest. It's like 1440p at 60 FPS, right? So that should give you an example of how powerful and the power differential between the two. But not only that, but they're using like different occlusions and effects and things on the X that you see in $1,000+ PCs. What they're doing is something unbelievable for the price, man. $499. You can't beat it, man. You can't beat it.
No, you can, and that's the thing that I think we tend to forget, that the S is a capable system. It's a good system. It
can't go back to that shit now.
But I mean, but that's the thing. It's like that's just telling you how,
there's a lot of people out there with
the Xbox One X is. It's just letting people know that like this thing is significantly. Oh, did I say that?
Yeah.
Significant better.
Succotash.
Succotash. Anyway, no, it's just that much better than the S. And it's that much better than the Xbox, than the Pro. And I'm not. And see, I cannot play this PlayStation. I tried to play the PlayStation this weekend. Tried to play a couple of games. Went on Horizon Zero Dawn. Look, it's still a beautiful game, but it looks a little fuzzy. I'm telling you, it's kind of like. You know what? Let them come. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, take more clips, and then make a little bit.
Hey, make it stay with you.
I'm not gonna give no response.
Hey, make it stay on you, bro. I ain't lying.
I love it. I just look at. I used to respond to it and think that it was like, man, you guys are clowns. I mean, let's just have some fun with it. But now I'm just like, go ahead, have me on your mind. But
K-Meg about to call Horizon. It was peaches.
Yeah, I'm about to say like Horizon Zero Fuzz. I mean, I don't know. It's a little fuzzy, man. It's a beautiful game, but still, anyway, and all shits and giggles. The game, I got to get rid of the Slim and I got to give me a Pro. So it's actually making me get the PlayStation Pro and keeping my house warm during the winter because of the fact that it's just, this thing, the X is. I don't even want to go. I'm not even messing with my PC. I'm just not. It's much more powerful than my PC. So, I'm thoroughly content. And I'm telling you this right now. I just got finished playing the campaign of Battlefront II. Whew, man,
pretty damn good, right?
Beautiful. Yeah, it's actually a really good story. It's a really good story.
Yeah, it's really a shame that like all the stuff that happened to it means we won't get a Battlefront 3, but. That's just the nature of this generation. You know what I mean? Like,
they get one. Maybe they won't do it, but
they're not going to get it. There's not. Who else would do it, dude?
I'm just saying. I mean, it's going to sell. As long as it sells, it's going to sell.
Yeah,
is it? I mean, when you look at it, people aren't buying it, man. Just
it's
the same thing about Destiny 2 crap. Like it's going to
no.
sell.
Well, I mean, Destiny 2 sold well, but Battlefront 2, that it's down right away. Like Destiny 2 had a big drop off after initial high sales. Battlefront 2.
Let me tell you something about that thing around about $40 or so off the shelf. It's a good game. It's not bad.
It is. It's the funny thing is it's a superb game, right? It's a superb game. If people wouldn't have flipped out over the loot boxes and misinformation about how long it takes you to unlock things and things like that, And if they hadn't have done that stupid pay to win thing to begin with,
Right.
then it would have been fine because every game has loot boxes and nobody bitches like that.
Who do you blame? Is it EA or Disney? Who?
It's not Disney. Disney didn't even know. Disney was the one that stepped in and goes, "Hey, you guys better get that stuff out of there."
Yeah, then it should be on them, and maybe some people should be fired for even trying to slip that.
That stuff comes from the top up. Here's the thing, though. Even my only issue, honestly, with Battlefront has been that for people that maybe spent the money at the beginning or have been playing, they already have the cards. And they're a little OP, you know what I mean? So you really got to sit there and grind for a minute to get your stuff up. That's my only downside. But other than that, it's a good game. Looks well, plays well, it's fluid.
I haven't played any.
Well, in most multiplayer games, see, you've got to grind to get the better stuff. Like in every Call of Duty, it was like you start out with shit guns, you grind and play, and then you. But now somebody just
like Yoda and stuff already. Like the game, like first I was playing, like God, ain't jumping on. What the hell? You got jet up in the game. This came out 2 hours ago. Now you don't flying across the screen.
Well, the people played the game 3 days early. If you got that one edition, you got to play it a few days early or whatever. So, I mean, it just kind of is what it is. But the fact of the matter is, it is a really good game.
It is this.
The hate and stuff is just because of the microtransactions and stuff like that.
Well, crap. I want to say real quick, man. I'm glad you said misinformation about how long it takes to unlock this
ask
stuff.
Assassin, man, from Four Guys with Quarters. Dude unlocked every single, before they changed it, hero in 28 hours of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
That's way below the thousands of hours that was going around being reported.
Right, yeah.
This guy I was saying the guy that was trying to get the spotlight, his 10 minutes of fame, that tried to list out all the time and stuff like that. He neglected the daily milestones, which are a huge chunk of credits that you would earn on a daily basis playing the game. And if you are a Star Wars fan and you are a gamer, chances are you're playing that game daily
from beating the campaign.
Yeah.
Didn't they say?
You know what I mean?
Didn't they say some stupid shit like it was going to cost like $4,000 or something in microtransactions?
Yeah, it was like thousands, like 1,200 or 2,200, 2,100. Yeah, okay.
$2,100. These people are so stupid.
But see,
clicks, boys. That's all your paychecks are, is based on clicks when you write shit stories like that.
Yeah, and there's still people that saying that it's still pay to win, and you're not paying anything because they shut it down.
Yeah, they shut down the microtransactions.
Yeah, I didn't, I mean, I'm grinding through it. I'm enjoying the game because, like I said, it reminds me of Battlefield, but it's Battlefield light because it's not as intense as what Battlefield is, but it's just a good quality game. And I mean,
if you're a Star Wars fan, it's like living Star Wars, the sounds, the ambience, everything. It's amazing.
Yeah, the flying sequences is just awesome, especially with the settings and the like. Man, look, I'm almost at the end of Call of Duty.
They did a damn good job with it.
It's beautiful too.
But listen, you got to realize this Battlefront was already an iconic franchise. Coming back, I mean, crap. I mean, you just played on PlayStation 2. Crap, you got beef from the PlayStation 2 playing that goddamn game. I used to play it on the Xbox in the Xbox Live. Now
I played the Xbox version too, but my first gaming team-based stuff was on the PS2 version.
You know what I mean? But I've always preferred third-person shooters. So I was always a big fan of that. So you know what I mean. But it's like you said, for those that how you say sit in a restaurant in their morals and say, you know what, I'm gonna put my my foot down. It is a good game, and I would hate to see that we lose a good game.
Yeah,
and maybe it's that because I am more or less for the consumer than
Well, look at all the good games we've lost that we won't see any more sequels to and things. It's like.
But it is a
Mass Effect, and there's a lot of games.
Mass Effect will be back. They ain't gonna do that.
I think Mass Effect.
Listen, they can dig up goddamn Need for Speed about the grave. Mass Effect ain't going anywhere.
Need for Speed doesn't take the money to invest into it like Mass Effect does. You know what I mean? Like, Dead Space, we've lost that game.
It sold with 10 million copies. I mean, it was
not Mass Effect Andromeda, man. They were giving them things away at
it's about 7 million copies. Scrap shit. I was just read something somewhere. I find it and give it to you. I was reading it, but I mean, it didn't do what they thought it was going to do. But as long as it makes its money,
they even canceled the expansion stuff, right?
Like, did they have to refund everybody their money who bought the expansions and shit, or did they not?
Probably because I don't know how that works, but people bought it with the expectation that you were going to get they left story-based content open, right? And then the funny thing was, those that actually stuck around and played the entire game, which I did, amazing game. I liked it. You know, I don't know if I liked it as much as the first one, but it really, I thought it was really good.
I didn't like
in fact, it was so good. I bought the PS4 version as well, and I'm gonna play through it again eventually after I get done. You know, if I ever get around to it. But yeah, like that's how much I liked it. I've enjoyed that entire series, and I did that with the 360 and the PS3 as well. I enjoyed that series so much on 360 that I actually bought them on PS3, even though it was a huge downgrade, and you know, played them on PS3 as well. So you know, that's one of my favorite series, and now that series is probably dead, or at least, you know, we won't see it forever. Like, who the hell knows?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really care for the first one, but the second and the third one, the action, people started giving Mass Effect shit at the end of the. I remember the third one, you did all that.
It was
fighting.
just a story
know,
or whatever. It wasn't,
and you still died at the end. But they really wasn't bad. They would.
I always thought that it was you were indoctrinated no matter what. Like it just was what it was. So that's how I always looked at it. And that's why, like, it didn't matter.
But they didn't show all the progress that you did when you went through the game. Like, you know, from the decisions that you made, that was one of the things that I think everybody, including me. And so when I'm glad that I didn't jump in and play it at the time when people were beating it. And they waited till that summer until they gave all the, you know, they changed it up. And,
yeah, they gave the different ending or whatever.
Yeah, so I waited and then I beat it then to get the ending. But it still wasn't as exciting as I was anticipating it to be. But still,
I don't know what they changed. I beat it when it was right when it was, you know, when it was complaining about it, and you get up to the end and you fight your way up the ramp, and then you still die. And the black guy, I forgot the black guy's name. I'm bad with names. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that was like that was like Saving Private Ryan. You go through all and you still die. I was like, Aggo.
Fantastic game, though.
Yeah,
fantastic.
It was. Well, I mean, RIP, just another one that we lose. You know what I mean? Like, just.
Yeah, well, hopefully, yeah, I agree with Z on it. I think they'll bring it back, but it's gonna get a.
Who knows, man? When though? Like, shit, we had already took them years to bring that one back. You know.
I mean, we can down to the next generation. Next generation, we forgot all about what happened. You know what I mean?
Well, Need for Speed.
I was gonna say there's gonna be room. There's no more Need for Speed, man. Need for Speed is dead.
Out of sight, out of mind. That's the way games go, man. That's why it's like you don't put a Gears or a Halo out there for so long. Next thing you know, out of sight, out of mind. And it goes with everything, right? Like, who would give a shit really? Even though, like, I think it'd be cool. Like, you put a Resistance game out there, right? Out of sight, out of mind. Nobody would probably buy that. Resistance, what's that? It's been so long. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta.
Let's be honest, it would probably suck.
I liked Resistance.
I liked it. Believe it or
not, the first one was good.
I was looking at my PS3.
It wasn't as good as the first one, but the first
I
liked Resistance.
I was looking at my PS3 games and I was shaking my head. I was like, you know what? Sony had shit online back in the PS3 days, but god damn, they had some decent online games. You know what I mean? They had the Resistance series. They had fucking Warhawk. Dude, did you guys play Warhawk? That shit was awesome.
Don't you say Mag.
We could say that Sony had maybe better online games last generation than this generation.
Oh, they don't even have any online games this generation, man. It's like
Uncharted.
But nobody's playing Uncharted, dude. That's they tacked that on.
The Last of Us is a good multiplayer for.
Nobody's playing The Last of Us. That's a fucking PS3 game.
But listen, that was their come out though. You know, as far as the online aspect of it, that you know, believe it or not, that was end up being more successful, believe it or not, than the Uncharted series at that time. We can probably say that maybe The Last of Us is maybe a bigger, I don't know, a franchise, you know, even though Uncharted so much has been out, it has more sequels, but that was really, you know, big as far as the multiplayer aspect of it. And that's remember crap at the beginning. But all they had was The Last of Us remastered. And
yeah, they did Killzone 2, Killzone 3, which everybody was like nutting themselves over Killzone 2 and shit, but I was like, this game turns super slow. It was really bad.
But the online wasn't so bad.
At least they had it. You know what I mean? At least they had it. They had like SOCOM 4, SOCOM Confrontation. Like, think about it, man. What have they put out that's multiplayer based? And like everybody wants to praise them for the single player shit, but they haven't put any kind of multiplayer stuff out, and yet they charge you to play it for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like it's ridiculous. Like shit.
You know, the one thing that I would hope that Sony would try to make a crack at, or at this point in time, maybe the game could go multi-plat, and that's Twisted Metal. I still think that there's a desire for Twisted Metal, man.
Here's my confession. I never liked it, Twisted Metal. Let me tell you why. It always gave me motion sickness. I swear.
Really?
Listen,
Motion sickness.
I swear to God.
What?
Listen, man, forgive me.
Yeah, I'll let you know, man. My wife
That
suffers
is-
from motion sickness.
Listen,
man.
that and Destruction Derby. That's why I never got into Doom or what's that double? What's the shooter from the 64? 007 or something? They always gave me motion sixes. You know what I mean? I didn't really learn how to start playing, believe it or not, first person shooters until Rainbow Six for the Xbox. You know, the OG. You know, the Xbox.
Yeah.
Rainbow Six 3.
Yeah, that one. You know,
that was the best.
Yeah, the co-op and shit. Then I learned how
Those
to
games move too slow pace for me, man.
That's how I learned.
Then
All
it
that
was
spinning
awesome.
around. I'm like, I just never really care for Halo. It used to make me sick. Like, I can't play this shit.
Yeah, I mean, Twisted Metal 1, 2, 3, and Black. Well, yeah, 3 can be included because I played it, but Black was the last great Twisted Metal, and when it came on the PlayStation 3, I was excited and I got it, and homeboy, and it was like, this isn't the same.
No,
but
you know what's it's crazy to even say that. Like,
that
that was
such
such a huge place. You know what's crazy? Like I tell the story again. I've always been a gamer, so but you know I keep now I keep my finger more on the pulse, what's going on with the news and everything. I'm in the mall buying probably with some chick tricking off or something in the mall. Walk past this was EBX Games or something, and I see they had I didn't even know Sega had a new system. It was the Sega Saturn and the PlayStation, and back then PlayStation, Sony's name was like the Apple, and I was more of a Sega guy than a Nintendo guy, and I don't know why I picked the PlayStation over the Sega Saturn, and I went back maybe like 2 weeks and got the Sega Saturn also. You know what I mean?
You were probably much better off.
But listen, I remember the games that I bought. I loaded. I had WWE. I had Mortal Kombat. I bought Ridge Races. I spent like $13.
If you didn't have Tekken or Battle Arena Toshin, then you weren't.
Yes, sir. What happened to that? What happened to that company?
Well, because Battle Arena Toshinden didn't sell very well. The first two sold okay, but then when they went to 3 and 4, and then like when they went to 4, they ran out of ideas because they had when they had 4, they had like Michael Jackson as a character. They had like about I think 40 characters, and then they just kind of ran out of ideas, and then the game just went away. And I would love to see Battle Arena Toshinden.
I got something.
But Street Fighter EX is coming back, and that. Yeah. Well, it's called EX. It's called EX.
Let me read this guy comment in the super chat. Imagine crap. I think that Halo being out of sight, out of mind. If they don't release every so often, like every 3 years, is a bit of a reach. They'll be fine. I mean, Halo is an iconic franchise. You know what I mean? I look at it like this, and crap. You're more of a Halo.
I say don't count out having a Halo next year. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that are like, well, we haven't even heard for sure there's going to be a Forza Horizon 4, and then we fucking see that there's going to be a Forza. Of course, there's going to be a Horizon 4. Come on.
But I look at a game like Halo or even Gears, or I would honestly, I'm still going to note that I want something of that level, of that caliber. And I look at a game like Halo and stuff. They can, like they do with the Destiny, with the expansion pack. They can do those games like that. But I want Microsoft to take that juggernaut, that big, what do you call it? What do you call them? That big engine behind them, the Force, and put that into a new IP that's just as big and as iconic as Gears.
Oh, you mean their wallet?
Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah. So you mean like what they're doing with Playground Games with that RPG?
Right. No, they're not. It's a goddamn multi-plat.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. You're thinking of the game that were with the big green goblins.
It's not a multi-plat. It wasn't announced as a multi-plat. Actually, they've only ever.
I just read the article. I think
they didn't, man. That's rumor, dude. I'm telling you, like that's
it's not exclusive. It's a multi-plat.
When Phil talked about signing deals, it was right around the time that place expanded.
Okay, we and they were also here. Listen, your mom. Listen, how you say crap? You're my brother.
Hey, if you want to show me something that's something.
Down. I read the article. They said they want the Microsoft.
Okay, well, show me the fucking article that's not Bob's blog, and I'll believe you, bro.
Bob's blog. Crap. You said my goddamn Scorpio News blog. What did I get you?
Fucking Bob's blog, dude. Like where is this from, dude? This is all I'm saying, dude. This is all I'm saying. Like, show me that it's some legit news source and not some fucking blog.
I want to be chiming up in the chat. I think all day sent to me or whoever send it to me again on Twitter. You know what I mean? This guy doesn't believe water is wet and hell is hot.
Hey, when I
It's
think
not
of
that,
Bob's
dude. It's just I know.
It's an open.
Yeah,
Playground studio.
Bob's fucking blog. Yeah, you know, it's like everybody and their goddamn mother is writing a fucking article on something. You know what I mean?
I don't think that this game is going to be, especially this is the reason why I think that this game is going to be exclusive. Now I know that they have another game that was supposed to come out this year, or I think it might come out this next year, early next year, which is that with the goblin and the guy, he's jumping around and killing these goblins. That's a multi-plat for sure. But this game, from my understanding, that it isn't. Now, I mean, you could be right, we could be wrong. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, I want to see what their work is like. But again, you would think if there was the rumors that Phil was working on a game that was Horizon Zero Dawn-esque. So which
they are, because they were assets like that. So
right. So why would, you know what I'm saying? The Playground Games, of course, they're really successful with the Horizon series, but that's really going all out to put your faith into a multi-plat. And if Microsoft didn't fit in the bill on it, then that's pretty ambitious to come out and just say, well, we made enough money with Horizon, so we're going to make this big budget game. We're going to extend our crew to 400, and we're going to hire some Grand Theft Auto people to come in here and help us with open world gaming. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, first of all, it'd be like it'd be like saying when Quantic Dream, right? They do play. They're not a Sony-owned studio, right? When they come out with Detroit, when you see that trailer, people aren't going, that's a multi-plat, because they're a second-party studio. The entire existence of Playground Games has been a second-party Microsoft studio. That's it. So until they come out, which they have not.
Z feels confident about it, but we'll see. So,
how you say bad boys move in silence? This is one of the things I was fussing about. Like, yo, how could you not buy that, or do the deal, cut the check? They need to acquire them. They shouldn't even be a studio. They need to go out and acquire.
Maybe they don't want to be acquired. Z.
Hey, listen, money talks, bullshit walks. Okay, that's like saying what's the motherfuckers that left Activision and they wanted to be on their own, and EA cut the check. Now you're up under EA. Like, come on. Like, money talks.
But hold on, that's like Bill Gates. Hold on, that's like Bill Gates. Now I know Hugh Hefner is dead or whatnot, but that's like Bill Gates going to Hugh Hefner being like, "Man, I want to buy Playboy," right? Hugh Hefner would be like, "Hell no, because this is my property." You know what I'm saying? He can offer him all the money he got or whatnot, but that was still Hugh's property right there, and he's not going to just sell it over. There's points in time where money does talk, but it doesn't speak the same language sometimes. Like when you own something and it's yours and it's your property, that means more than selling it to the highest bidder.
No, it's not like what these companies, they have shares, they have stocks. You have shares and you have stocks, right? You have something called what you call a hostile takeover. Remember, you guys, I'm refresh your memory. Remember, show my age here. I remember Ubisoft hopped on the scene, right? And EA quietly, silly bought some of their stock. And Ubisoft had to petition to the French government to help them to stop EA from acquiring Ubisoft because they were buying up all of the stocks. And, this was definitely...
Well, now, was it Visceral? Like,
Ubisoft.
they kind of... Visceral was after Ubisoft. And
no, I'm talking about just plain Ubisoft. This EA, this one, Splinter Cell.
Yeah, no, the company Visceral was about to take over Ubisoft, but they kind of laid back.
This was EA. I remember, this is... run when Splinter Cell first came out. What did they have after Splinter Cell? They had Prince of Persia, and this was Ubisoft. They were the new kid on the block, and they were just knocking, saying hit after hit after hit. EA was quietly just buying up stuff, and they had to petition to the French government to stop EA from taking them to a potential hostile takeover of the company. But again, I'm just saying, look at somebody like Microsoft. We're gonna get to the Black Friday stuff. We're coming with that, but.
They hungry, right? Man. They hungry.
and as big as they are, right? And this, how you say, be the behemoth you are. And then you have rumors coming out that, hey, Sony may have locked down a Devil May Cry. You know what I mean? Like, look, they got the next goddamn Street. Who would ever think that Street Fighter would be an exclusive? And I know you guys don't like fighters as much as I do, but like God, hey, I want to play that on. Listen, I know
that was crazy, man. That was crazy.
I still get to play it. I understand, but I would rather play it on my Xbox. I'm just being honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's just it stings a little bit. You know what I mean?
You know what? Let me say this, okay? I only have an Xbox One X. I decided I just wanted to be a one console owner this generation. Maybe I'll get a Switch someday when it's $200. $300 for a handheld again is too much. Anyways, I digress. I lost train of thought trying to make a joke. I apologize.
Yo, Chris, it happens to the best of us, man.
Hit the like button.
Yeah, the one thing about it to me is, okay, with the whole rumors of Devil May Cry.
Right. I got my thought.
Go ahead.
So, like, my thought is this: when a game goes exclusive to Sony, my thought is like, is it a big enough deal for me to go and buy that system for that one particular game? Because there has not been one game that's gone exclusive to where I'm like, yeah, I gotta buy a PlayStation now.
No,
that's just me.
Okay.
And I'm an old school gamer, man. I go way back. I had all the systems for years and years and years. But I just can't.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, it's like this. Like, I've said that Dante is an iconic character, and in the last, a lot of people didn't like the last Devil May Cry, which I don't know why. I guess because of the look of what young Dante looked. But that game was dope.
I tell you why, real quick. Ninja Theory, they kind of bitch slapped the old school Dante.
They did.
And the hardcore like Devil May Cry fans, they kind of erupted and got like they started whining and crying about that whole thing. But
and the sales did solid. Yeah, the gameplay was absolutely amazing, and the story wasn't so bad. But the thing of it, because it was way out the element, it still kept the flavor, but it was kind of out of sorts, you know what I'm saying, compared to the other Devil May Cry. But of course, it was a different devs working on it. But it's just, look, if Sony did wrap it up, because I read this, they said it was all rumor, it's speculation. Me, myself, personally, I think that it's kind of like with Tekken, because if you guys remember, they were saying that Tekken was exclusive, and that was going to be announced on PSX. That was happening last year or the year before last, whenever. And it just comes out to be there was exclusive content. And I think that it's going to be the same thing because Devil May Cry has been on the PlayStation for a long time. So, of course, that they would show support to that. But for Capcom just to go ahead and say, well, here, if you want to do this and you want this game, Sony, well, go ahead. Then that means that Capcom is giving IPs, to the highest bidder, and Microsoft should go ahead and start trying to get a couple. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they said that. They said Capcom initially said that back in 2014 that they were selling IPs.
I know this, but I will have to admit, I have to agree with something that Crap said, is that the game is not as popular as it used to be. It's just not.
Okay. I look like
it's not, but it would be, to me, as a person that loves some DMC, I would be upset about Xbox not.
Okay,
you know what? It makes sense for Sony to get that game exclusive because of the way they're doing God of War. They're turning God of War into Rise of War, and they need that high pace, fast action, beat 'em up. So that's a Devil May Cry. So that's their
and I'm saying,
until it's absolutely written. It's still speculative. It's not.
I'm saying it's just amazing, huge and damage, because when you look at Microsoft's portfolio, right? Mm-hmm. Something that we don't really have, which is a hack and slash. You know what I mean? Like, and whether when
was the last time you played a Devil May Cry game, G?
It's not about. Listen, I beat the last one that came out.
Yeah, okay. I mean, nobody gave a shit about the last one. Nobody gives a shit about this.
But next one. Like, let's say no one cares about.
Oh, let's worry about it in 2019.
Let's say no one cares about Sea of Thieves, but you like it, right?
I'm sure they don't. I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't. I do like it, but I'm sure it has a much more wider appeal than some fucking stupid game that nobody bought, and it's on the downward turn. It's a new IP.
Hey, Crap, you got to be smoking coke right now, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you this 100% the truth, man. Like, nobody cares about this shit in games. I sent you the fucking link. I sent you the link.
If it was exclusive, it will sell. It will have the same sales as Nier Automata. I mean, I do. I think it will sell about at the most 3 million.
Okay,
it's not gonna sell like Uncharted. It's not. So that's why
let me take you guys back to 2013. Let me take you guys back to 2013. Hold on. Let me take you back to 2013, the last Devil May Cry, right? Capcom had to reduce its sales target. They were predicting 2 million, but it only sold 1.2 million instead. In fact,
across all platforms?
It initially sold when it launched 205,000 on the PS3. Only 40,000 on the Xbox 360. And this is the time when there's like 80 million Xbox 360s out there. So you're telling me there's a big target audience for this.
Okay,
This is a franchise on the downswing. And Sony, if it is exclusive, which we don't even know, it's some kind of bullshit rumor. According to the rumor, is Sony inquired about it and was helping to fund it if this were to be a thing, right? Which is perfectly fine.
Okay.
You know,
Michael,
I would prefer Z. Hold on, let me before you get started. Wouldn't you rather instead have Microsoft make a Toggy or work or do some work?
I'd rather make a game that somebody's going to buy.
Or Ninja Gaiden, however people want to pronounce it.
This is the truth. This is no spin.
I would prefer Ninja Gaiden. I think everybody would Ninja Gaiden shits on anything that will make
fine. The last Ninja game was dog shit. Other than the last game was horrible. But listen, like this, right? We gotta put. He said we gotta get the biggest knife in the drawer, and we gotta cut the bullshit out. Okay. When it comes to our exclusive, what would you rather have? Devil May fucking Cry or Halo Wars 2? Would you rather have Devil May Cry or fucking Lucky Tales? Would you rather have motherfucking Devil or
which would you rather have? Would you rather have fucking Forza Motorsport 7 or fucking Knack 2? Would you rather have Halo 5 or Killzone? I mean, we can sit there and compare fucking games that don't make sense to compare all goddamn day.
We got our teeth kicked in with goddamn games exclusives. What did we get kicked in with this year that anybody gave a shit about? Okay, listen, all this is subjective. Okay, and I'm gonna say this: I don't like 90% of the games that come out on the PlayStation. Okay, I'm not a PlayStation, but their fans like it and they love it. But here's the difference: then, though their fans are happy with those who talk,
they aren't happy. They're just
not a motherfucker. Oh, what we got this year? Are you Zoo Tycoon?
dude, I am not, dude. I don't give a shit about this fucking this bullshit, right? Like, I don't care. But you know what, Z? I can tell you this right now. You can sit there and talk up all the games they had on PS4. What have they had this holiday? What have they had that you actually fucking bought and played? And what did you? Where are you buying your games at right now?
Yeah, what released on PS4 this year that you're still playing that you cannot?
Nobody's playing anything on PS4. That's the fucking thing. Nobody's playing anything on PS4.
I am absolutely not.
You can't say Street Fighter because Street Fighter
nobody
was
playing any fucking thing on PS4.
I am sick and tired of this whole no games thing.
You got people talking up fucking Horizon Zero Dawn still, right? Horizon Zero Dawn, right? You got people talking about Horizon Zero Dawn, and yet when you bring up a game that got enhanced on the Xbox One X, people go, "Oh, it's old games, right? Old games." Like, get the fuck out of here.
Look, see, that's the thing. Like, see, you have to admit that the games at the end of the year, Xbox has the better games. At the end of the year,
Zero Dawn DLC, holy shit!
Hey, but we got some gold shit.
Xbox gamers are still getting PUBG. So that right there, that's it.
Yo, I just got.
PlayStation had the better overall exclusives for the year of 2017. That's not debatable. But when you want to break it down for the end of the year,
but the game is bigger than the end of the year. The game starts.
Dude, you got people in the chat talking about fucking DLC,
kids. From January to December.
DLC. You guys are talking Horizon Zero Dawn DL fucking C. Give me a fucking.
What was the last hit we had? What was the last AAA
DL hit fucking C? Jesus Christ.
Please, because someone on this panel, can I get a witness note? Can I get the last AAA game from Microsoft that was
Forza 7?
Was Forza 7? Yeah. Forza is a niche title. It's a fucking simulation racer. Okay.
But see, now
Sony released this year.
The last AAA game we got was Gears of War 4 last year.
Wow! What the hell?
What name one?
Oh shit, dude! Hey, Z, dude, you gotta calm down from this shit, dude. As Xbox owners, I gotta tell you this right now. You are in the minority. You've been letting these idiots in the chat. Yeah, you have been getting.
I'm asking you. Let them get a hold of it.
I gotta start supervising your shit, Z, because the people you're hanging with are the wrong people. You're on this Xbox 8 bullshit right now. Let me explain what you got right now, Z. This is what you got. You got the best multiplats, right?
I know.
The best multiplats, right? Hold on. You've got the best multiplats, which are what 99% of every gamer plays, right? Okay. You've got native 4K HDR. I can't play other shit now. 4K HDR, right?
Facts.
I can't play any other shit. We've got exclusives lined up coming out next year.
Thank you.
Right? We've got Phil Spencer doubling down on the studios.
Facts.
Exactly. What does Sony have? Besides a bunch, you're talking about niche titles, but you don't think Persona 5 is niche? You don't think they can't even put out a fucking racing game? They can't even put out a racing game. How is their racing game again? They got outsold by fucking Forza 7, a niche title
They
with
want
half
the
the
penis
console.
demon to win Game of the Year, guys. They want a penis demon to win.
Dude, Z,
Game
you gotta
of the
stop
year.
letting getting influenced by these terrible people.
No one never answered my question. I'm asking you, what was the last AAA game that Microsoft released?
I told you, Forza 7.
Okay, that's just again, that's a similar.
Don't say niche. Don't even say niche,
But again,
man.
let me ask you this, Z. What do you think sells the most each year?
Before that, though, and so before Forza, right? What was the one before the last one before that? Forza, Gears of War.
They put out Halo Wars
Gears
2.
of War. That's not a RTS. This is what we
It
don't.
is. They went all in with it, dude. Whether you like it or not, it is.
They put money in the
That's
game.
that's not a niche title for on a console.
The cutscenes is stupid.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Yo, blur crazy for that. But yo, here's the deal, man. I am tired of hearing the whole no games mantra when from the launch of this generation all the way up to last year, we've got nothing but new experiences. We've got nothing but sequels to franchises we love and everything like that. We have one low year. You look at 2018, you got State of Decay, Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3, Forza Horizon 4. You got like a shitload of games. Why are we focused on one? Hold on. Why are we focused on 1 year and dwelling in that negative space when there's so much
exactly
going on?
Exactly.
3 years about
we have one bad year. We have one bad year where everybody's like, "Hey, we admit that it's bad," but we've got 3 games lined up for the start of next year. 3.
I don't think next year is so stellar. I'm not sold on that goddamn Slave Simulator. I don't like Rare.
Dude, you don't fucking like anything.
I don't like Rare. See if things I'm interested in. Okay, I give you that. I've never really been a big fan of Crackdown. They got God of War, Spider-Man. Come on, man.
Maybe name 2.
Do they even got an actual date for Spider-Man?
Maybe.
Oh man, y'all bugging, man. Y'all.
Look, I told you. Look, God of War is one of my is in my top 3 of all-time favorite franchises. But I've been saying that I'm scared of God of War. I'm still gonna get it.
Wait until they show Crackdown 3 again. If you notice, they've been really quiet about Crackdown 3. They are gonna come back with the X. The X is gaining hype. The X, tech guys and kind of like high-level gamers, they're loving the Xbox One X. They're going to come back with Crackdown. They're going to show the trailer in 4K. If you have HDR on there, it's going to have the HDR in there. That shit is going to pop off your TV. It's going to make people like jizz in the corner. Dude, you shouldn't even have to be
talking to them. The best games aren't even the exclusives anymore. I mean, you get the occasional gem, the Halo or God of War or whatever, but for the most part, it's fucking the Red Dead Redemptions, the Grand Theft Autos, the Call of Duties, the Battlefields, the Battlefronts. Those are the games that everybody's playing and buying. That's the bottom fucking line. And we're playing them the best. We have the best console with 4K and HDR. We've got the best controller. We've got the best online, the best community. You know what I mean? We aren't running around like a bunch of little ass buckets like the PS4 community. We can actually hear each other when we talk. We can actually hear each other when we talk on Xbox Live. It doesn't sound like a goddamn drive-through.
It sounds to me like, the whole Debbie Downer thing about, look.
It is. Like, dude, I'm so sick of that shit. That's 2017, almost 2018. We had a bad year with exclusives. Get over it. There's a shit ton of games. I got 500 plus right now on my Xbox One.
Yeah, I'm sure me, Crap, and I don't know how many games you got by, you know what I'm saying, or Z, but I know that me and Crap, our game lineup alone on our Xbox.
I understand what I'm saying. I understand the most come above that.
90% of all of those PlayStation lovers out there that brags about the only person I might have somebody that has some competition might be Jabari, because he is the only one that I can actually know that will actually buy those games. He'll talk about them and he'll buy them. He'll play them. The rest of them, they just talk. They just talk, bruh. And that's what I'm saying. From when they wolfing those tickets, I laugh like, because you believe that bullshit.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you a question. All right, let's be honest with this, right? So you don't have an issue with going to the same E3 every year from Microsoft and just seeing Gears, Forza, and Halo?
No.
You know what? I do have a problem seeing the same fucking E3 from Sony.
Yeah, we have. The E3, look, E3 was horrible for Sony this year, and also the Paris show.
Same goddamn
wasn't
E3 as
all
last
that
year, and it was
great.
the same as their fucking Paris Games
No,
Week.
It was okay. It wasn't bad. They showed that, you know what I'm saying?
Same shit.
Yeah, but they showed trailers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ghost looks dope, but it's a trailer.
Crackdown 3? You the same motherfuckers that told me to wait to Comic Con. You motherfuckers did this to me.
And you know what?
Wrong fucking people.
Was a
Dude, like, seriously, man.
And I've said, look, and I'm
horrible shit.
At one point in time, everybody was having a bad time.
Comic-Con. That game looked like dog shit.
When I said give Microsoft until 2018 to show what they
pull the game back.
on the visual. I mean, come on, Z. Let it, you know what I'm saying? I'm one of the people that saying, look, if there's people that don't like Sea of Thieves, their State of Decay. People don't really talk about State of Decay, but that's one of those.
I would hate to question your integrity here. I would hate to question your integrity, but you guys make me an atheist. You guys said wait to Comic-Con right now.
Oh my God!
You guys told me. You said wait to
Comic-Con. They were supposed to show. They were supposed to show off something there.
You said wait to Comic-Con.
Yeah, they were supposed to show off some footage for the multiplayer there.
So when they came and I complained about it, I said that game would look like dog. What are you talking about? See, it's not really about the. Then when Microsoft come out to something, we held it back, but we're gonna work on the visual fidelity of the goddamn game, right? Like we got to be fucking honest here. Like, god damn.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, who cares?
Nobody said it was fire. Like, we all said it was disappointing. You know what I'm saying? That was.
Didn't.
I liked it. You know, I liked what I saw at E3. I liked what I saw when they showed the destruction the year before.
I said it could have been a lot better.
E3, man.
Their E3 shit all over Sony's E3. It wasn't even close.
E3, oh yeah, Xbox's E3 was absolutely amazing.
Dude, here's the thing that always like maybe not even on air. I shouldn't even say it, but Z, you were the Xbox guy when there was literally shit to be excited about for Xbox, right? Now that you have like,
you know why?
Everything,
let me answer that question for you. You know why?
Including all the fucking games that are coming. Okay. And you're just like, oh man, it sucks because they don't got this or this or this. When you don't even really play that or that to begin with.
Let me answer why, because I'm coming from the original Xbox, right? And I told you guys, listen,
and you're going to talk about a bunch of fucking third-party games that nobody gives a shit about because they were like single A or double A equivalent.
No anyone wants to fucking drink Mountain Dew and fucking play Halo. That's not.
I want to drink Mountain Dew and play Halo.
That's not
like,
what
I'm
made
just
me
being
an Xbox
honest,
fan.
man.
Okay, I've been here since day. It's
a different world, dude. And guess what? If you look at how many games did the PS2 have? Right? How many games does the PS4 have? Like, it's a different fucking.
What the hell that has to do with the Xbox,
bro? This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Let's remove Sony from the equation. Let's take Microsoft out
because
of
what you're trying to you're saying that the Xbox division had something to do with all those games, and it didn't really per se, right? It wasn't like Microsoft was.
That's what I'm saying. All right.
Microsoft's first-party studios was not making these games.
Listen, again, I'm gonna say this. This is why what made me an Xbox guy, right? Going from the OG Xbox, the original one, you had all types of games, right? All types of different games, right? Believe it or not, the Xbox was the hardcore console back in the 6th generation, right? And I said this then, and then
we should be talking about like.
I don't want to fucking talk about Sea of Thieves. It's dumb.
Dude, I'm not talking about Sea of Thieves. I'm saying let's talk about something good.
He said the Xbox is going back to the 360 era.
You guys sit there, we're just gonna pray about.
Oh man,
dude, you're playing off these fucking idiots in the chat box, right?
Yeah.
Dude, you're playing off these idiots in the chat box. When you get back to the Xbox shit, let me know, man. Instead, you're like all in this fucking crack rock with the fucking Sony fans, man. Like you're smearing that shit off Yoshida's ass or something, dude. Give me a fucking break. Xbox right now.
It's nothing wrong. It's nothing.
You guys,
right now. It's not even
what's your lucky tell me, Zoo Tycoons.
Z,
dude, hey, how about that Knack 2 and Gravity Rush 2, man? You bought that shit up, right? Like, fuck, come on.
Your PS4. But you come out with this fucking attitude that is something wrong with enjoying your Xbox.
God of War, Spider-Man.
Cool, dude. I'm looking forward to getting those.
Even Jez. Even he said he prefers those goddamn games. I want
good for him.
Goddamn.
Hey, dude, what he likes doesn't have anything to do with me, dude. That's the thing.
You said that, so that's the same. You plot your goddamn.
Well, that's good for you too, dude. What I'm just saying is you're
saying like no one wants to fucking eat Doritos and play goddamn fucking Halo all goddamn day.
Nobody did anything to you, dude. Xbox is right now.
Don't make me a goddamn atheist.
Dude,
my
Xbox is
God.
doing the best they can right now, right? Bitching and crying about, oh, they don't have the games out right now. That's not going to do anything because they're already working on that.
So
Right? What they did right now
know-
was give you the best platform to play every single game.
I'm enjoying my Xbox. My PlayStation's right next
I
to
am
it.
too,
It's collected
man.
dust. I don't know. You look, it's fine to have a different point of opinion, and I'm not mad for anybody that prefer the PlayStation over the Xbox or
Yo,
Nintendo.
guys, I'm
overall.
gonna send
I
a
don't
picture.
care.
I'm gonna send a picture in the DM of what my
Don't care.
PS4 is doing right now, yo.
But you over here keep telling people that, well, it's a problem with the Xbox.
We don't
Okay,
have any
look, you can
exclusive-
talk about the
exclusive-wise.
exclusive situation,
Multiplayer, yes.
but come on, bro. Come
I've
on,
always
man.
said I would rather play a AAA multiplayer than
100%.
dog shit exclusive any day of the week. That hasn't changed, okay? That has not fucking changed, okay? But when we exclusive is what gives a
And that's why you don't be
identity.
playing on the PlayStation 4 because they got a lot of
Exclusives
shit,
is
dog
what
shit
gives
ass
a console
exclusives.
its identity. But when it comes to our first party studio, whatever the fuck, they're kicking our ass right now. We started
Just
off
like
strong.
we did for the first 3 years. I
Cool,
mean, we're entitled to a
that now. I get that. I understand that. You know what I mean? I love Sunset Overdrive was something new. I beat it, played through it. Cool, I support.
Yeah.
But this, like, come on, you know what I mean? I'm not really sold on Sea of Thieves.
Okay.
Horizon, I can't wait to get.
You're still gonna have plenty to play, bro. I promise.
Crackdown.
It'll be all
I've never
right.
been a big fan of Crackdown. I thought all was kind of dog shit.
It'll be all right, dude. There's gonna be plenty to play next year. Trust me.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's going to be okay. I mean, I understand the way that you're the way that you've been coming off about this here for months. I understand what you're saying, but it's coming out
Dude,
completely
it's easy to see
wrong.
what's
Like,
saying. Dude, look at the
yeah, you just
dude.
basically just saying, look, I mean, Xbox.
They really just kind of like they push Z into this like fervor about this bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Yo, Z, check
It's so
DM, man.
funny, dude. It is so funny.
Yeah, I
it is
think
it
it's
is like
hilarious.
it's hilarious.
When
You
they tell
got
me
dude.
Bill
You've got
Gates
snakes in the
is
woodshed,
like,
dude.
That's funny.
You've got snakes in the woodshed, man. That's all I'm gonna say, dude.
Yo,
You
Z,
got
check the
realistically,
DM,
man. You got fucking fraud after fraud. You got all these people that like it just blows my mind. You know what I mean? Like some of these people, and they're not even buying that shit themselves. You know what I mean? You know what games all these idiots are playing? They're playing the Maddens. They're playing the Call of Duties. They're playing the Battlefronts. Of course, that's what they're playing because nobody wants to play Knack or fucking Gran Turismo. You know what I mean? So I mean, next year, play what you want. I'm gonna play what I want. Basically, is what it's going to come down to. Sony's got a couple games. If Spider-Man does release, I'll buy it. If God of War releases, I'll buy it. That's about it. You know what I mean? Forza Horizon 4 will be out next year on Xbox. I'm going to buy it. Crackdown, I'm going to buy it. Sea of Thieves, I'm going to buy it. State of Decay 2, I fucking love the first one. Of course, I'm going to buy it. If Halo happens to come out, I'm going to buy it. Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to be playing it in 4K on my Xbox One X. The new Battlefield is supposed to come out next year. I'm going to buy it, play it on my Xbox One X, new Madden, all that shit. Yeah, I mean, Sony's really got to compete hard for the dollar, man. If they come out with like God of War, depending on what some of the reviews say, that might be like a Redbox deal, you know? No multiplayer. Yeah, dude, the last one I beat it in 5 hours, something like that. Like it wasn't.
Again, I like. If people didn't like it, I mean,
God of War Ascension wasn't my favorite.
I didn't get up on God of War to 3, and 3 just fucking blew my mind, but. I didn't.
3 was pretty good.
Yeah, because he killed Zeus. That story was epic.
God of War 3 Remastered is one of the best games I have on PS4.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. But it's a single player experience. That's the thing about this. Everybody champions PS4 for their single player experience, but that doesn't make me want to rush out, get the game, beat the game right then and there. I can play it whenever I want to. I'm playing Forza Motorsport 7 and I'm going against people online. All right. What are they doing over on PS4 side with that? You going to tell me Gran Turismo? Get the fuck out of here. All right. Like I have my multiplayer experiences on Xbox and they're superior. And I go and I play
playing them. Everybody knows that the multiplayer experience is best on Xbox. You know, that's not anything new.
Whoa,
you know, if you want to play Madden online, you want to play 2K online, you want to play your Call of Duty online.
I got somebody that said something out of place. Okay, Mighty 87. Let me understand. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you something. You would never call me a Tom in my face. I promise you. Man, look. Somebody gonna say, well, crap is in the place. Oh, okay, Mega acts like a Tom. You got the wrong podcaster, Jack. That's one individual that definitely plays that role. Nobody. I don't kiss Z's ass. I don't kiss Crap's ass. I don't kiss Bot's ass. I do my own shit. Do you understand that?
That's a fact.
That's a motherfucking fact. So watch your motherfucking mouth.
Dude, you've got like I've never noticed this. Like this chat is like one of the worst chats I've ever seen.
Yeah, just
Dude,
ignorant.
it is. Like it's so bad. It's the only one too. Like I occasionally get a troll or two.
Equals, even
But
though they may have more
Jesus
doesn't mean
Christ.
that we all brothers in here. We come in here, we're mutual guys, we're buddies,
I
man.
don't give
We
long
just-
as somebody say any racist things or anything.
yeah, don't be
I
saying no
find the jokes.
bullshit like that. Come on, man. That's too personal. That type of shit is unnecessary.
I
man.
don't deal with. If bars somebody
That's
calling me
garbage.
an ass,
That's
I don't deal
garbage.
with me. I don't.
No.
that word-
Man, like you guys are really get your heads
Yo,
out of your
Chris,
asses.
you
Like
saw
it's
the
video
DM?
I don't
games,
break my
folks.
bones, but names will never hurt.
It's
I don't give a
video
fuck.
games,
Names.
folks.
Yeah, see,
Like
here it goes, right?
Jesus
Yeah, no,
Christ.
yeah,
Let's get into
that's
the
ridiculous.
let's get into the Black
Let's get
Friday
into
thing.
it,
So the name of the goddamn show. So Sony released. Actually, shout out to Tim. Tim says he's not feeling well.
Yo, Tim, and I'm sorry that Tim's gonna miss this, man, because the S is relevant for people who thought that the S was dead, yo. Uh-oh, what happened?
What happened there?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, yeah.
What was he saying?
I
Hello?
don't know. Is he
I don't
there?
know. He started
Mic
talking
not
about the
working?
S. Yo,
Is
can
he
you hear
gone?
me? Can you hear me?
I hear you, but I don't hear any.
All right.
Okay.
All right, you guys can hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the,
Hey,
did the show
Iron
go
Z.
off?
Iron Z. I mean Z. Are you there? Hello.
Iron Z.
Oh, they got him. He's going into the.
He's gone.
Iron Z.
So Black Friday. Who the hell really knows who won that shit? They're saying Nintendo. The S apparently sold better for the whole month on Amazon. The S also actually outsold it since whatever. And we also know that the X, which went on sale November 7th, had weeks and weeks of sales unmatched. So even if Switch or PlayStation were to win the Black Friday,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I wouldn't actually count on them winning the entire month.
Yeah,
You got to
that's where
count.
I thought
Yeah,
it
you got to
was-
count the, what are they saying, 600,000, 700,000 X's in America alone?
Yeah, for the year. But yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I got booted out for whatever reason. Yeah, they said they. I'm sorry.
They came for you.
God said enough.
Yeah.
Bill,
it,
Bill
they
Spencer
came
is
for
running
you.
the hangout, man. He's like, yo, get the hell out of here, man. What are you talking about?
They came for you.
Yeah, but so they said that. Well, Sony said they sold the most. Most likely, they probably won Black Friday or whatever. Sony.
That's not saying much. Microsoft won't come out and say if they've done that. You know what I mean? Like they aren't that company. You know they.
I mean,
No,
if
it looks like-
listen, they win MPD, they're going to brag about it. But if they do win, it will be because of the X at the beginning of the year. But I just wish they would have put out that 189. Soon as Sony went down to 200 that Monday, they should have dropped that 189 right there. Boom. You know what I mean? You know, just came out.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think it depends. Like, we didn't even know Rise of the Tomb Raider. Everybody was saying that flopped, and then it turns out it sold 7 million.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, fucking it. Like I said, no news doesn't mean bad news. Microsoft just isn't in the reporting news business. You know what I mean? They don't announce their numbers. People thought Forza Horizon 3 flopped, right? And it didn't. You know, we saw that it did absolutely amazing. You know, when we found Halo 5 million in the first 3 months.
I still
Right?
can't get over that, man.
Yeah.
Dude, you talk about like everybody plays multiplats and stuff like that. Yo, I gotta say, Halo is the exclusive that hangs when it comes to numbers and sales.
Oh yeah.
Hangs with multiplats, and you want to say people that like they need to take a while off on Halo, or they're just rehashing Halo, and Halo is dying. Halo is the only exclusive that hangs with the big time multiplats.
It'll be interesting to see the numbers when they come out, man. Because what surprised me was the strong supply that Nintendo had of Switches, but I still don't think they had enough. You know what I mean? Like even if they managed to get 1 million out, I think when you combine the X and the S combined for the month, it'll be more than 1 million.
Dude, the Switch is still in
So-
its first year, man.
I mean that's a huge success. I mean nobody can deny that shit. That thing is a huge success at this point. You know.
Yeah, but what's
Huge
coming out
success.
next year?
Well, they said they're going to keep up with their production. So I mean, obviously, there's obviously they do have a Metroid coming out as well. So
What is that next year though? Because all they did was
yeah, they said it's
title.
going to come out next year. So hopefully.
I don't care.
Well, they did
Who knows what they have
Cal-
up their
they-
sleeve?
Cal-
Who
Milk
wins, who
Pro, so-
loses,
Cal Milk-
whatever.
Hey, if they're smart,
Full
they will
Milk Pro next
they will release a lot of the Wii U games that didn't do well because the Wii U sucked. But why not put a Mario Maker and make a Mario Maker Deluxe and put it on the Switch, right? Like that would be awesome on the Switch.
Yeah, the thing for me is I don't care about the sale numbers. It was like last year when Xbox won 4 to 5.
One Black Friday.
Yeah, they won Black Friday, and then the S went through that streak of like 4 to 5 months continuously winning, and
they did a good job with that.
Yeah, they did. And the thing of it was that I didn't care then. I'm not caring who wins this. The thing of it is that as long as we as gamers are excited for we should all be excited for the gaming aspect of that. Nintendo's strong, PlayStation strong, and Xbox is back and they're strong again. So because these MPDs is going to be close, just like they were last year. So it's all about bragging rights, and it's to me it's not even worth the argument, because the one thing, if Xbox do win the MPD, you'll hear some kind of new narrative that'll come up and give some kind of excuses. If PlayStation wins, then we told you blah blah blah. Xbox is dead. It's all that.
Let's say
hold on. But if Nintendo wins and Xbox is 2 and PlayStation is 3, I would love to hear that narrative though, just because that would be, you know what I'm saying, and Xbox can come out last.
Here's the thing, right? Like let's say Xbox loses thumb in the eye, right?
Right.
It's really gonna be hard to console me with 550 games and all these games that are getting updated all the time, right? Like, man, I'm gonna have a real tough time with that, fellas. We might have to do a podcast and damage control and do a support group because it's gonna be so tough. Oh wait, no, it's not, because like this whole generation has been like fun to shoot the shit and rub it into the Sony fans when it does happen, but at the end of the day, it doesn't affect what we do, and it never has. You know what I mean? Like that, they're the ones grasping for straws. And like you said, K Mega, if they lose or if they win MPD, they'll have that to push around them people's faces. If they lose the MPD, it'll just be something else, right?
Right.
Like you know what I mean? It'll change, because all you have to do is look at the beginning of the generation. Exclusives didn't matter, right? When Xbox launched with an amazing lineup, and then Titanfall shortly thereafter, and Sunset Overdrive and Halo Master Chief Collection and Forza Horizon 2 all within that first year, and Sony had Knack and Killzone. They weren't saying shit about games then, were they, kids?
Nope.
And then no, they weren't.
Is that power?
They were loving that 1080p makes you a better gamer and on that bullshit, right? 1080p 6. Here's something you're going to hear a lot of together with the PS4. 1080p 60 frames per second. Game changer. Give me 1080 60 or give me death. You guys remember this shit, right? Because this is all 100% accurate. And now that shit doesn't matter. Suddenly, it doesn't matter.
To any gamer,
that never happened. Hashtag Resolution Gate was never a thing, apparently, right?
Right. They want you to forget. Go ahead.
No parody.
To any gamer with absolute common sense, all right, when it comes, there's 2 tiers in this generation of hardware, right? And Xbox has the best of both. When you look at the S, look what they're offering in hardware for the price. You're getting upscale 4K gaming, you're getting a UHD Blu-ray player, you're getting HDR in a cheap price, all right? And then when you look at that next tier, that more power mid-generation refresh, nothing compares to the Xbox One X. You can't even get a PC for the same price point that does what the Xbox One X does. So when it comes down to it, the 2 tiers for this generation, when it comes to console gaming, Xbox has it nailed down. So I have no idea why anybody is trying to hate on Xbox right now when they clearly have the superior products moving forward this generation.
The thing of it is, Bot, is the one thing that the PlayStation fanboys, not the PlayStation gamers, the fanboys, that they fear the most is the 360 era, because that was everything mounted up in one package. Was the 360. The Xbox 360 gave you the exclusives, it gave you the multiplats, and they gave you just a whole abundance of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Something that you've never really seen before in gaming. And that's the one thing that they fear. They'll talk something about like the whole, PlayStation 3 won that generation, whatever. It doesn't, when they bring up those numbers. But the thing of it is that everybody knows the 360 was the darling, because the Wii outsold everything. And then after maybe about a year and a half or so, it was in everybody's attics and shit like that, pawn shops. So the 360 is the strong point of what the Xbox. And crap, you made a video. Why don't you explain that video that you had a little bit of what Phil Spencer said?
Oh, Phil Spencer was saying they're going back to that mentality, the 360 era, where it's all about like the ease of developers and things like that. And I'm glad you watched it because a lot of people were like, oh man, I didn't even realize that. And yeah, so Phil Spencer said, hey, you know, we're going to definitely be going back to that 360 era where we had the easiest console to develop for, the one where developers wanted to do the best they could on it, a powerful console. Even though a lot of people thought that the PS3 was more powerful, it was kind of a weird situation because the cell was powerful, but they had split memory. So it didn't have like the memory up front. That's why they never got a party chat system on there, right? That's why everything was like so slow on the PS3. You know what I mean? So the 360 really just kind of stomped it around. You know, if it wasn't for a little bit of like the fire sales that they had, which cost Sony what $8 billion that gen. Yeah, then it would have totally gotten destroyed. Had they been a lesser corporation like Sega and done that, they would have went out of business with that. But I mean, I'm glad that they didn't because the competition's good. I love the competition, man. You got one selling for $199, one selling for $179. You got, you know, Xbox Live, games with gold. You've got PlayStation Plus. They go back and forth. I'm hoping that Microsoft jumps on that VR train, man. I'm day one on that shit.
Oh, you'll see that 2018 at E3.
I'm hoping, man. No, I hope they don't do it at E3. I would hope that they would do it.
CES is the perfect place for it.
Yeah, do it like that. Yeah, because there's already content in place, right? Do like Doom or Skyrim. Imagine that, because look, Skyrim looks like dog shit on PlayStation VR. Ugh. It does.
The commercial makes it look so cool,
doesn't it? But it's like, oh, it's not. It looks so bad. It's
so
bad. It looks. No, it's not point and click. Like the way you do it is you just like you can jump, right? It's kind of like this jump type situation, or this like quick turn, where like
you guys
turning
can. I'm back.
Yeah, now we hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not that. I'm saying, you know, as far as like the morale, you know what I mean? What I'm saying, Microsoft released a new console, you know, the X. We all been waiting for the X. Like they need this goddamn win. Of course, I don't want to buy that horse face motherfucker game either. Fucking Puerto Rock, but I'm just saying, just for the morale, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we lose every.
Oh, I mean, hey, that'll be fine, dude. But you got to realize, Z, just the people are gonna say shit no matter what. They'll change the narrative.
You know, that doesn't
they'll change it.
I don't worry about the narrative. That's forever changing. And you know, you should be used to YouTube. You know how this shit goes, right? That I'm not concerned about. But if I'm just saying, even with the X comes out and Sony still wins, you know, still able to dominate the way that they're doing, because I thought the narrative was Sony, you know, having the quote unquote the better version of the multiplats. This is what they were riding high on the first 3 years. When they were even when Sony said this shit was sparse, it was riding on the better version of the multiplats. Cool. Now Microsoft has the better version of the multiplats, and you know, and Sony's kind of riding high on the exclusives, and if they're still able to, you know, like goddamn. Like, you know, what next? Like, you know what I mean? Like this motherfucker, like you can't kill him. Like what? Like I don't like. I'm fully fresh out the answers. You know what I mean? We got the console, took it to heart. We got the graphics, and we still can't beat them. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yo, Z, I don't think it's about killing them.
I mean, look, Microsoft is doing it the right way. If they weren't, then Sony wouldn't have switched to starting to want to do the active users, because the sales don't really speak well to how many people are actually using it. Like the Wii sold a lot, right? But what if they used active users? Like the Wii was what, 100 million, but I bet active users was like 10 million or 50. You know what I mean? Like extremely low, and that's not making you any money as a company. So what you want to do is you want to like make your active users go up, and then you know, with all the services and stuff. If you saw when Sony did that guy jumped on, he's like, we had our most successful thing, and then PlayStation Plus. Like they're always talking about the services now, right? That guy, like Andrew House, is gone.
That's
now they're going after the services and stuff.
That's where the money's at, though.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't blame Microsoft for talking up services and things like that when that's where they make their money, and that's where the investors care about. You know, it's not about, they could sell 200 million Xboxes, but if only 20 million are online playing it and actively using it, that's a failure. You know, how many people are using a PS4, right? We don't know, but we did know that at last check, they only had half or something, like 21 million PlayStation Plus paid. That is absolutely horrendous.
What is Microsoft? I don't. They even give numbers of paid.
Yeah, I don't think they give. They don't give the exact number of people that are paid.
It was over 50 million from.
I think that's all together. That's silver and everything
Yeah.
together. They don't. Yep. But I think I'm just saying, for like I said, first of all, I don't get a check from this. You know what I mean? Again, this is all entertainment. I think sometimes you guys really get caught up in the shenanigans. I have everything I play. I just prefer the Xbox. I'm an Xbox dude, right? But I'm just saying, like, because again, for the first 3 years we got our teeth kicked in about the 720p and 292p and all this shit for the next gen for the yacht. But now, like I said, we taking care of that, right? I'm speaking French here. Microsoft is taking care of that, right? And again, games, and for those, like I said, and I will call you guys, if those who went out and bought the Pro, whatever, or bought the PS4 of the guys, and they have the better version of the multiplex. Now Microsoft has a machine for you that will give you the better version of multiplex of that. And some of you guys are kind of downplaying that, or you'll say, there's no really need to get the X. I can get an S, but you wouldn't got a Pro. Like, to me, that doesn't make any goddamn sense whatsoever. Like, that's but anyway, I'm saying, like, with the new console, and the
why are you worried though? I mean, it's sold what they're saying.
I got $60 right on this shit. I got $60. We need this win.
Oh, dude, just $60 for you, dude. Get out of here.
Man.
Get out of here, dude.
How many Facebook pictures that do we have out there to prove otherwise? $60.
You got like a hat on with like 20 grand under it or something.
Yeah, we need this, man.
And you also got to look at this, Z, because if Xbox wasn't making any type of progress to even make the place, or make Sony even jump, they wouldn't keep coming at Black Friday and dropping prices. They would be trying to.
Here's the thing, right? Yeah, good point. Because what happened was they were so far behind already because the X launched on the 7th, and so you have weeks there of unabated X sales, right? And they're saying could be upwards of 1 million. Who knows? But that's a lot to come back from. And even if Sony wins Black Friday, they're not going to win by a lot because the Xbox One S was selling really well too.
Yeah, I'm telling you that it's still, but the MPD numbers go up on the 25th. So
up to the 25th. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't. So we don't get Cyber Monday, any of that. So what was Thanksgiving?
25th.
Thursday.
20. Yeah.
Oh, so damn. So Sony then they Black Friday don't even count towards the MPD.
I don't know exactly. Maybe Tim.
I thought it ended Saturday.
Yeah, I think it ends. Hold on. I think Tim said so in the chat. Let me see.
It is Saturday. It was Saturday. So yeah, it hit Black Friday.
Oh, so they look at their Black Friday then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the funny thing, right? The S sold more than the PS4 Slim at $199 on Amazon because for the month, the S was number 5 and the PS4 Slim was number 9. And the year to date, the S was 48 and the Slim was 49. So even though people were trying to make it out like, oh man, the reality was the PS4 sold so much more than the Xbox One S. Not the truth. Actually, the S outsold the PS4 Slim on Amazon, which is probably the largest or one of the largest retailers anyway. So people that were really like, I don't know what people are expecting because Sony comes out and says that.
Well, they say that Sony won in GameStop. The key defector was going to be Walmart. That's the number one retailer.
Yeah, hey, to all you ass buckets in the chat, like, oh, crap's moving goalpost, dude. Do you really expect? Let's just say that Sony wins Black Friday by 100,000, right? How many X's do you think sold on the 7th to Black Friday? Right, and PS4, by the way, was going down.
Yeah,
PS4 got beat by the fucking SNES Mini the previous month. Yeah. Was outsold by the goddamn SNES Mini. So you had over 2 weeks that the X released all by itself to count as well. So for you guys, like, do the math in your head because your guys are the ones that aren't going to come back here after the MPD comes out because I'm going to rub it in your fucking faces like I always do.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So like I said, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care because talking numbers to me is just is hot ass air just to have a talking point for people to believe.
That's all they got. They don't have that. They don't have anything else anymore. It's like
so gameplay. They don't talk about different aspects of a certain game. The only thing they do is just talk about numbers and
numbers. Yeah, it's numbers. Or man, we got this game announced this year. It's coming out in 4 years. I can't wait.
Games that they will not buy or they will support. Look at Hellblade.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to throw Hellblade in people's face and it sold worse?
250,000.
Yes, it didn't even break 100. I mean, what Recore outsold that?
150,000.
Come on, man.
Said Halo Wars 2 outsold Hellblade. You going straight to hell for that?
Yeah.
Oh no, it did. It did.
Halo Wars 2 did outsell Hellblade. Come on, man. What are you talking about?
The Hellblade was a dog shit game though. I didn't care for the game. I bought it. I didn't care.
250K, man. And how about like everybody? Like how about the list wars earlier this year? Right, they're like Yakuza 0 and Gravity Rush 2. Nobody bought those games.
Yeah. And everybody that I know that owns an Xbox,
nobody bought that. Come on.
Everybody that I know that owns an Xbox has a lot of games. They don't have just 2 or 3 or 4.
I have 552.
I got 450. You know what I'm saying? I've got 400 between 440 and 450. So you know what I'm saying? So,
who's that? Crunk Girl Hellblade sold 500K, half on PC, half on PlayStation 4. Yeah. So hey, you guys gotta learn the facts.
Don't mix it funny.
Love making their list wars, guys.
Yeah, you guys gotta learn the facts. It sold half on PC.
Yeah, but they made fun of Cuphead sales. Cuphead did $1 million.
They put
wait. This is the same crowd that made fun of Cuphead sales.
Yeah, that was the funny part. Yeah, that's what.
Wow, man, don't you guys feel stupid? No one. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was a special chat.
Yeah, I could be. All of them got to get on the little bus and go back to where they go back to their little place.
Sorry, guys.
Cattle.
Sorry.
Yeah, but the legacy's all for entertainment, man. I hope everybody again enjoyed their holiday season. Enjoying my Xbox One X. I just had to talk about my Lord and Savior, my personal Jesus Christ. Phil Spencer just called me, told me to calm down. But if you guys enjoyed the show today, it was great fun doing it. Hit the like button. We appreciate it. It's always fun and entertaining, going back and forth. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out all the super chat supporters, the Patreon supporters.
Hey, all you guys, like a lot of you guys in the chat, not all of you, because I know there's some cool people in the chat, but most of you, ask Santa Claus for a brain.
Dude,
the
chat has been particularly toxic today. I've been reading.
Oh my gosh, it's dude, I don't know. Like, this must be the chat that you bring, like with those some of the randoms you do with some podcasts with, dude. Like, man, fucking
get some of them multiplayer.
Here's my super chat supporters, man.
Not all these guys.
Borderline retarded.
Shout out to you guys, man. Real talk, man. Listen, what do you guys playing tonight? What are you playing?
Assassin's Creed, but not till after the game.
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed? What are you playing, Maker?
I'm gonna finish up COD, the story.
What's Rachel O'Neal? Was that what you watching?
Yeah, Rachel Maddow's on right now, but I'm gonna try to finish COD, man, before I take my ass to bed. I gotta be at work at 1.
Hey, that Call of Duty campaign is good.
It is really good.
Damn good, and it looks amazing on the X as well, man. Yes. 4K, by the way, 4K.
Yeah.
HDR.
Dynamic 4K, but still.
HDR. Boy.
Obi John said, "I can't wait to fall asleep with that water and see it. You ain't shit, Obi John." But anyway,
if you really want to take a nap, man, play Knack or fucking Hellblade, dude, or Gravity Rush or Gran Turismo Sport or fucking whatever, man. Like,
dude, he said he wanted to take a nap. He didn't want to go into a coma, man.
Man.
Hey, I can guarantee you, Sea of Thieves sells more than Hellblade.
Ooh. Oh, that's a fucking guarantee.
I bet you it sells more than Hellblade, Gravity Rush, Yakuza combined.
Yep, I can work with that. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, also, I hate to do this to you because this could backfire. No, it won't. It's not going to backfire. For those Game Awards, I know y'all were waiting for that penis demon to win, but it's not. Zelda's going to win hands down.
Zelda all day, dude.
Zelda all day is going to lock down Game of the Year, and you just hope that PUBG don't somehow sneak into the fray.
You know what? Look, I'm a fan of PUBG. It comes out.
That would be,
by the way. But it does come out in a couple weeks. But that game, it's not even finished yet. There is no way that should be in the running.
That shouldn't be there, man.
If you can get money to it and you can play it now after paying for it, it's a game.
I am decently into Assassin's Creed Origins. How that game isn't up for
something
Game of the Year instead
great,
of
man.
PUBG or Persona 5, I'll never know, man. I'll never know, because that game, Wolfenstein 2, how did these games not make it? I even heard Resident Evil 7 was amazing.
And it didn't make it into the Game of the Year list?
No.
What? Not Resident Evil 7 didn't make it into the list.
It's because it came out in January and everybody forgot about it.
It did. So it's like the games I think that are up is weirdly is Persona 5, Horizon Zero Dawn, PUBG, Mario, and Zelda.
Oh, well, PUBG got a chance then. PUBG got an absolute chance. Look, Persona's not going to win. Persona might win RPG of the year or something.
That ain't gonna win no fucking game of
the
the year.
You know what I'm saying? Or story, something like that, whatever. It's not gonna win game of the year. It's just, one of them side pieces where certain fanboys can just love it. But it's gonna go to Zelda.
I think Zelda will win, even though Mario should. That might be one of the best platformers I played. Yeah.
Yeah, Wolfenstein.
Mario is the new hotness, but when it's all done, I really feel like Zelda, just because it's so critically acclaimed.
Yeah, Zelda is gonna win.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, like everybody,
Mario
the thing. I'm not even a fan of that Zelda game, but it's gonna win. It's gonna. I mean, it's Zelda. That people just love Zelda. They're like, hey, I love Zelda.
Yeah. Like I said, Switchness. But anyway,
you're on Nintendo.
Merry Switchmas.
Thank you guys for rocking out with Big Gamer Small Talk tonight.
AZ.
Cox, what's going on, good brother?
DoublePpodcast.com,
Double P, put the link in there. Put the link in the chat. Put the link in there.
Double P.
Gotta get it in.
Hey, Double P podcast, gotta get it in.
Podcast, gotta get it in. Thank you guys for rocking out. It's been a blast, man.
Always fun, chat. Always fun.
If you think Next Gen is full of shit, hit the like button. If you think crap is full of shit, hit the like button. Whatever you do.
Oh, dude, you got these fucking ponies running around in here, dude. I don't know what the hell you got going on, man.
No, I got a congregation of ponies. See this shit here, the blast. Oh,
okay. Oh man.
Thank you.
Do your worst all day. Nobody